All right. I think we have everyone. So I'll give a brief overview of how this session will look like, and then we'll go straight to your questions because I think you already know a bit about Estonia and the programs and everything. So we'll spend more time in questions. So I have been living here in Estonia for the last 2.5 years, and I completed my master's from Tallinn University in the field of education. And now I'm working full time with TransferWise, and also I'm applying for PhD, maybe here or maybe some other countries. And for the last 1 year, I've been helping students who want to come to study here with these kind of sessions. Usually, it used to be one-on-one sessions, but now there are so many requests that I had to arrange these sessions. If you all could briefly tell me where you're from, so that I'll make sure to mention the country-specific information as well. So, one by one, just or you can write in chat, or you can just say where you're from.
Oh, hello, Manvi. How are you?
I'm all right. How are you?
So, my name is Mohammad Ali Bhatt. So, I have recently graduated from Punjab University, Lahore, Pakistan.
Yeah.
So, now
We'll
I'm looking forward.
Ali, we'll get to the detail question answer later. First, I'll give just a brief overview of the admission process and everything, and then we'll get
No
one by
worries, no
one with the
worries,
program.
no worries, no worries. Thank you so much.
So, is there anyone from countries other than India, Pakistan, and Bangladesh?
No, I want to say I'm from Uzbekistan, but I'm living now in Turkey.
All right. Then we pretty much all the students are from non-EU, which means all the deadlines and everything will be same for everyone. So, in last 2 years, what I have realized about studying in Estonia is that this country has changed its education in just 2 decades. It was a Soviet state. In just 20 to 30 years, the education system has become so good. It's ranked number one in the European states, and with OECD countries and with the tests like PISA and all. So it used to be Finland, but in the last 2019 PISA test, it was Estonia, which is like very surprising. Not surprising in a way that for the last 3 years, Estonia was ranked number two, number three, and then it came number first. So it's not surprising that way, but it's surprising that this small country has developed so much. And the fields that are more common among international students is software engineering, computer sciences, business administration, and also education. Uh, and what Estonia offers is most of the time it's the tech development that they have made. The society is very digital, about 99%, even more than that percent is online. I don't remember going to any office for the last 2.5 years, and all I do is just send an email, unless I have to give my fingerprints and all that kind of stuff. I do everything from home. Tax return, just a couple of days ago, I filled my tax return sitting at home. So all these kind of things are online, and people here. Okay, talking about society, people here are a bit cold and reserved in a way that they don't like to make friendship. They don't like to hang out much like Indian and Pakistani. We are very social and active, so they are not that social in that terms. And if you're sitting in tram, buses, you'll see, you won't see anyone talking. Like, even there are couples, they're married and they're like sitting quietly. I'm like, what's wrong with you guys? Come on, talk with each other. But that's how it is, and probably a lot to do with their weather, which is very cold, and also with how their history has been with all the Soviet things. Young generation is good. They speak English, and you can make friends when you're in university, and also at workplace. But for the last 1 year, I haven't gone to office. I'm working from home because COVID and all. So that chance is also gone. But overall, very well developed society. Infrastructure wise, I have traveled across Europe, and I can say for sure that Estonia is pretty developed compared to the similar state like Latvia, Lithuania, Poland. Estonia is very developed. Now to the main topic of admissions. Admissions are now open for the universities, government universities, and the main fields, as I said, computer sciences, software, IT, business, and education. Few programs in education. Estonia is known as the startup nation. It's so easy to register a company. It's so easy to start a business, even when you are studying even when you are here on a study visa. As far as the expenses are concerned, I'll share my screen and I'll show you a document which underlines all the expenses. All right, can you see it? So these are just the courses that I have written here, but let's move to the expensive. So there are, there are two sorts of expenses. One is before coming to Estonia, you need to give your IELTS test. So I have written IELTS could be, you can see, you all can see my screen, right?
Yes.
It says expense sheet. All right, cool.
Yes.
Yeah, so IELTS is 150 to 200 euros, could be different depending on where you are. You need to have 5.5 minimum in each band, no less than 5 point and 5.5, and 6 is the minimum. But some universities, some program might require 6.5, not higher than that. But it's always, good to get as high bands as possible. Then application fee, Tartu University is 50 euros, any other university is 100 euros. Visa application fee, when you will apply for the visa to Estonia, then it's 100, could be 200 if you're applying for uh, residence permit as well. And health insurance, which you need to come here, is 200. Flight to, okay, so now these point 5, 6, and 7, this doesn't concern Indian students or any other students for example, if you're living in Turkey, this doesn't concern you because Turkey has an embassy of Estonia. But for Pakistani students, they need to go to some other country to get the visa, which could be Egypt, which could be Turkey, UAE as well. So these are the expenses that you have to bear. So for Pakistani students, that it comes out to be around 2 lakhs that you need. 1.5 to 2 lakhs, I would say, that you need just to get started. It doesn't involve your flight to Estonia, or it doesn't involve your university fee or anything like that, right? So it's just to get the process started. And for someone who is living in Turkey or in any country where there is an embassy, then you can just simply remove this 400 euros. Then it comes up to be 500 euros. That's what you need to get the process started. Okay, once you are in Estonia, let's hope you get scholarship. Then your accommodation would be minimum would be 150. Could be less than 150 if you are in Tartu, or if you're living in outskirts where you could find cheaper accommodation, or you 3 or 4 people make a group and then rent a big place. Other than other than that, university dorms is 150, but average it goes up to 300, 450. I'm living in a private apartment, and I'm paying around 400 euros. Monthly expense minimum 200, which you need, basic stuff, just for the food and all that kind of things. Is when you don't have a very active social life. Basically, if you are living in COVID times, then this will be the expense. But if you have very active social life, you go out, you have girlfriends, boyfriends, you like to party, then this expense can go up. So university fee I have written at 0, could be 300 depending on which course you are, and if you don't get any scholarship. So minimum, if you get scholarship, minimum you need to have 350. This is the minimum that you need, 300 to 350 to survive in Estonia. Then you can, on top of that, you can add your university fee. So this is the breakdown, very basic breakdown of expenses that comes with studying in Estonia. Now the important question is, I'll get to specific questions later. Once I ask question, I'll get to specific questions and specific topics. But for now, generally, um, all the students that I know, all of my friends, they're all working, and they have been able to manage their expenses. Some are working full time. Full time work is allowed. Some are just working as part-time couriers, taxi drivers, and all that kind of things. And they are, working here in these kind of fields is not it's not considered bad or anything like that. Everyone, all the students work somehow. This very easy job for student is to work as Volt courier. You can just rent a bicycle and then deliver. It's a small city, you can deliver with the bike, or you can rent a car. As I was saying, renting a car is as easy. You just download an app, you go to a parking place, you will see cars there, you just click on app, opens the door, you sit there and you just drive, and then you can leave in any parking space. So that's what the technological society I was referring to. And the point you need to remember is, when you come here, make sure you have your driver's license from Pakistan, India, wherever you are, before coming here, so that you can get it converted without much charges and without the test. And other than that, you can also start your business. You can register your company. You can work full time. You can work part time. And there are not many part time jobs except for the food courier or taxi services, which are like, you don't really need to interact with people. For jobs, for example, working at a restaurant, which are most of the time closed these days, but working at a restaurant requires Estonian language, so that just cuts out. But other than that, you can work as a cook if you're really good at it. You can work as a cook in some restaurant, and Also you can work with companies offer, they are very flexible, they know that we are students and they offer, they offer study leaves and all kind of good things. And while we're at the topic, TransferWise is hiring like 700 new people in 2021, which is a big number. So make sure you apply for that. I was just checking today that we need a lot of customer support, and it will be we'll be hiring continuously. And also there is another company, Change, which is dealing in cryptocurrency. They're also hiring different professionals. So job market is opening up, which is good. So this is a general overview. When it comes to masters, you need a bachelor degree, 3 years or 4 years, and you need to have 60% minimum marks in your bachelor's degree. There is a relaxation in with private universities for some courses. For example, if you're studying business, then you can go to EBS or Estonia University of Applied Sciences, UAS, and they don't require 60%. They have less requirement, and also IELTS is valid for 4 years. So these are case by case. And for bachelor's, again, intermediate should be more than 60. And for PhD, good thing about PhD is that PhD is free. Not only that it's free, but you are also paid. So basically everyone who is coming here at PhDs will be getting a scholarship. That's like a done deal. And yeah, so this is like the general, very brief overview of studying in Estonia, Estonian lifestyle. And Suresh, you need to mute.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, thank you. Yes.
Sorry.
So this is like the very brief overview. Now we'll get to your questions, and then we'll explore everything in detail. So anyone can go first and just briefly get to your question, the main question, and then I'll answer.
Hi, I have a question about internship. Can can I do an internship while I'm studying in any university in Estonia?
Which course program would you be studying?
I wanna study the science.
Okay. Yes, you can definitely do internship. In fact, for the some courses, university actually takes you to the industrial tours, and then you can make connection with the person, and then you can definitely do internships. But university doesn't offer any internship opportunities uh, by themselves, or there is no placement from the university. But if you find any internship, you're free to do. Even as I was referring, TransferWise also provide internship for the students, so you can do that. Or any job opportunity, anything extra you want to do. University work, as I remember, is very minimal. It's not very hectic, so you can actually go do internship, do your job, and do any of the extracurricular activities.
Okay, thank you.
No worries.
Sir, brother, I have a lot of doubts. Can I ask you?
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Actually, I had done my bachelor's already. I had done my bachelor's. Right
Mhm.
now, I am working as a data analyst,
Data analyst, okay.
and I done bachelor's in architecture, building design.
Okay.
So, am I eligible to do masters in computer science,
You did bachelor's in which field?
architecture, building designing?
Building designing.
But I have experience of 3 years as a software engineer.
Okay. Yes. If you have experience, if your last degree is not directly relevant, but you can prove your experience, and you can clearly
Yeah,
mention in
yeah.
your cover letter, and you have skills, then yes, you can. But the percentage in the last degree should be more than 60. That's like a requirement.
Yeah, yeah. It's 65%.
Yeah. Then you
And
can.
and and one more doubt I have. I'm married,
Okay.
and my wife is data engineer.
All right.
Can I bring my wife if I admitted in any master degree in the Estonia?
Yes. So basically, initially the rule was that you can bring them anytime, but now they
Hmm.
have changed it a bit. You need to wait for 1 year. Once you have settled here, once you know the society, after 1 year, then you can bring your wife as you can bring them as your spouse. They don't need to apply on their own. You can apply for them as their spouse.
Okay.
And also, yeah.
And one more doubt I have. Suppose if I don't get admitted in master degree, can I apply for the bachelor degree in computer science?
You can apply for that. Definitely. Okay. So good thing about Estonia is there is no age limit. There is no issue with the gap. study gap. So
Yeah.
even if you have
Okay.
10-year study gap, if you is like you are over 40, I know students who are like 35, 37, they are doing their bachelor. So
Okay.
that's no problem at all. You can definitely apply for bachelor's, but go for
Okay.
masters. But if the
Yeah,
result
that's what.
doesn't
First, I will try for the masters. If I don't get in masters, then I have to choose the bachelor degree.
all right, sounds good. Yeah, in fact, you need to apply for both together. But when you're writing the cover letter, then make sure you very specifically, don't give them an impression that you're just applying to come here. Give them an impression that you want to study software engineering, no matter where you need to start. You can start from bachelor's, you can start from master. Just give that impression in your writing, then it should be
Brother,
fine.
brother, you have to guide me because I already visited your website, all these things, and I had seen the packages which you have mentioned there. So if you accept me, then I'm ready to go with you.
Yeah, sure. We can discuss that specific after. I'll give my WhatsApp. We can technically talk on that. While we're on this topic, I'll shamelessly also promote myself that I have some packages that can help you study in Estonia with like
Yeah.
mentorship packages. What they do is it's like having someone who will manage everything for you. Obviously, you will be filling the application form, but there are so many questions like how to get how to prepare sponsorship letter, how to get the health insurance, how to write the cover letter, what to do here there. So everything, all the questions, like one person will be answering you all the questions, and keeping an eye on the deadlines, making sure that you fill your application in best form. And also once you fill the application, then what I do is I try to find someone who is already studying the same course, so that we can prepare for the interview and for the test. So all these kind of packages details are included. I must mention that when you book a package with me, it doesn't mean I will pay your fee, admission
No,
fee,
no, no, no,
application
no, no, no,
fee,
no.
or
Not
visa
at all,
fee
not
or
at all, not at
anything.
all.
Yeah,
Not
it's
at all,
just
not at all. Everything I will pay.
it's just for my time. And also, if you just want to go with the cover letter, then there are cover letter options as well, that I'll review your cover letter and make it stand out. So all those kind of
Yeah.
things. But yeah, that's something that you can just WhatsApp me after this meeting. I will give you my WhatsApp number. But
So
for
do you
now,
think
let's get to the question.
I'm eligible to do bachelor's or master's there in Estonia
Yeah, you are.
with my qualification?
Yeah, if it's 60%, yeah, you are.
Because I have 3 years experience in software engineering and I did my bachelor's in NIT.
Sounds great. Definitely, you are eligible.
Okay.
Yeah. And you have IELTS already?
Yeah, I given IELTS in 2017. I think it's 6.5.
Okay, 2017. Then you need a new IELTS.
Oh, new IELTS. Okay, then I'm ready to
Yeah,
give.
yeah, yeah.
So when is the last date to apply for all these things? I mean, for the
15th March.
September intake.
It's 15th March, but for some it's 30th March. So it depends on which course program you are. So it also means that you don't have much time to think about it. Just take one day and then start processing, especially for the IELTS and all that kind of thing, so that
That thing
you're
you
not.
have to decide because if you tell I'm ready, then I'm ready to type
All
with
right.
you to all these things.
Okay. In that case, I'll share my WhatsApp number and then just get in touch with me after this meeting. But for now, we'll go to the more general questions
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that everyone is benefited
Okay, sir.
from the
Okay, sir.
meeting.
Okay, okay, brother.
All right. Next one. Yes, go on, Ali.
Yeah.
So, Assalamu alaikum everyone. So, I have a couple of questions. It might help everyone who is in the call right now. So, the first question is, as talking about the requirements, when we talked about the Tallinn University, they have this specific requirements, like two main requirements. One is relating to your education background, that you must have 60% in your prior education, as I told you in the email. And the second one is, you must have that 2 years, not older than 2 years of IELTS bands, right? But I don't see those kind of requirements in the other governmental university, that is Tartu. I might be pronouncing it wrong. There isn't any kind of requirement for the IELTS that it must be within the 2 years, and there isn't any kind of requirement of the minimum percentage when I'm talking about the masters.
Okay, so in for the all the government universities, the minimum 60% requirement is there. If it's not on the website somewhere, it should be there because that's how it is. I also attended a webinar with these universities, and they mentioned clearly that this is the requirement. How this work is, when you fill your application form, it's sorted by not by the teachers who are going to interview you or who review your cover letter, by someone else. That's what I believe. that, for example, student ambassador or someone at the lower scale of the academic chain. So what they do is they just see 60%, okay, take IELTS done, documents done, then they filter it, move to the next stage. So if you don't pass that part, it doesn't go any further. So that's the thing.
Okay, so that part is clear that I won't be eligible for the public universities. So if we talk about the private universities, what kind of fee should I be expecting, like on the yearly basis?
Okay, so fee for the both of these government and private fees pretty much the same. It's not a huge difference, and still it's way cheaper than other universities in Europe and elsewhere. There is not much difference of the fee, I would say. Good thing, the easy thing to do is just go to studyinestonia.ee. Very easy to go, studyinestonia.ee, and then in fact I will share my screen so that everyone can see. And yeah, just a second. So what are you saying? Tartu University, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. It's open. Let's say we pick up any master program. So Estonian Academy of Arts is private, so it's 2,300 euros per year. So not bad. This, for example, let's move to Tallinn University of Technology, entrepreneurial management, 5,000 euros per year, but the same course, let's say the similar course, not exactly the same course, but similar course, International Business Administration, Estonian Business School is private, 6,475. This is 5,000, this is 6,000. So not that much of a difference. So and if you look at the price fee column, it's not that high. It's just in the range of 3,000 to 5,000 for the most of the courses
Could you
that are
please
related to.
scroll down to the law section if you don't mind?
Yeah, sure. Just give me a second. Here we go for the law. So these are just the private ones. And if you go to their specific page, you should see English, and then there should be a requirement of bachelor's degree must be written. Yeah, there should be a requirement somewhere, but that's something that can be checked later. But the
But
general requirement
that that
is,
is that is something, I would say that is something implied, right?
yes, that's something I know to be true, and that's something they have mentioned it somewhere on the university. When you click on the general requirement from country based or general requirements, then you'll find it on that page. I can also check for you, no worries, and I can let you know after the call. I mean, more specific details. But for now, I know that this is how it is.
So
And here is IELTS, IELTS academic IELTS minimum required score is 6. No part can be below 5.5. Please note that we also accept IELTS indicator test result when. So this is
as I
how it
told
is.
you, they haven't mentioned the 2-year criteria here in Tartu. I was just looking at the same website and the same webpage, I think so. Then there wasn't any kind of requirement that the IELTS should be in the 2 years period.
That's interesting because let's see.
Anyhow, I have a session with the admission office, I guess on the Monday, and I
Mhm.
would ask them. Yeah, they
Okay.
have some kind of web form that I raise, and they're going to give me some like 20-minute session with their, or like, I don't know, maybe some of the people who can answer the questions on Monday. And because as I told you, I had some kind of like a very different kind of case.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh, so I wanted to talk with them, and they said that we can have the Skype session on Monday. So let's see what they see. A very critical question which can help like everyone. If we do 1 year's degree, like if we are doing the 1 year's degree, would we get 1 year post work visa?
Not post work visa. So basically, when you doesn't matter if you do 1 year degree or 2 year degree. Once you have completed the degree, first you will need a temporary residence permit for studies, which would be 1 year in case of 1 year and 2 year in case of 2 year degree. After you have completed the degree, you will be given 6 months to find the job. In those 6 months, you cannot leave Estonia. If you leave Estonia, you won't be able to come back with that same visa. So it's just you can stay in Estonia, and if you are legally staying there. And if you find a job, then you can apply for the extension of your residence permit based on the job. And what I have seen is all the students who are studying here and who want to stay here, they find the job before even their study visa expires, and then they continue extending it if they want to stay here. So I haven't
The
seen
job,
anyone using that 6 month grace period to get the job.
so the job one gets after completing the degree should be relevant to their degree, what they have done.
No, it should just meet the minimum financial requirements to stay in Estonia, which is around 1300, 1400 euros.
1,300 euros. Okay. So if we
Yeah,
talk about the 2 years degree, if I do 2 years degree, then I would get the same 6 months work search visa or 1 year work search visa.
it would be same 6 months.
Okay, so it would be same. Okay.
Yeah.
So if we talk about your consultancy fee, uh, to be blunt here, so how do you get it? Do you get it like do you get the chunk in like in advance or do you get it after admission? So what is the criteria? Because everyone who is there like is interested in that kind of services, I guess.
Yeah, so it depends what kind of service you choose, and most of the time half of the fee is always upfront, because I have had some not so pleasant experience when I helped someone very
Same here, yeah, same here.
clearly that it was a paid service, and later I didn't get the charges. So it's like you pay upfront the half the fee, and we can agree on the amount. It's not something very written in the
Hmm.
written stones. We can, depending on your needs, we can agree on that, and then half is upfront and the half is paid after that. I have some fellows who just they paid me like a year ago the whole thing, like just give this money, we'll be asking questions for a year. I said okay, so that works as well. And some is like, we'll pay you right on the time, which works for me. Both are fine. So this is something which is which depends on quite many things, and it's always custom. You can just get in touch with me and we can design a package.
So
But the thing is,
how many seats are there in one course? If we talk about a certain course, like what is the I would say the conventional number of seats that is available for one course?
usually the classes are very small, and I would say usually it's somewhere around 25 to 50 students max.
Okay.
Even sometime even lower than that.
So if we talk about the private universities, do they also? I was watching. I have like watched every video of yours. Either it is an interview or either you were like cycling somewhere and you were talking about the admission. I have watched every video you and you were talking about these scholarships which are other than merit ones, the
Mhm.
need-based scholarships or the which in which they give you like 300 or 250 euro incentive or something like that, and that doesn't have to be like you have a good percentage, like that depend on other factors as well. So if we go into private universities, so can we get benefited by those scholarships?
Okay, so yes, I will explain the scholarship portion in detail. So there are some scholarship which are tuition fee waiver depending on where you're applying. For example, software engineering in Tartu University, they give scholarship to 50% of the students, which is like a really good number. And then after that, to full tuition fee waiver, there is Dora Plus scholarship, which is for all international students, irrespective of their university. Even private university student can apply, but that depends on your performance in the admission test. So if you score like above 90% in the admission process, then there's a good chance that you will get the Dora Plus, and it's 350 euros per month. So that. And in the second year, you can again apply for Dora, but in the second year, the criteria will be based on your results in the first semester, first year or first semester. And the other scholarship, there is one very minimum scholarship which is 100 euros per month. But again, 100 euros is not that bad if it's coming free. It depends on your performance in the last semester. You can start it from the second. If you get good grades in the first semester, you can get that. It's like a bonus. And then
So
there is one scholarship which many people don't know about, is Erasmus exchange programs, that you can go to another country
yeah.
for summer programs for 1 month, 2 month, 3 month, even a semester. And usually it is very well paid. And if you manage yourself well, you can actually save some money from that as well. So for example, I went to Finland for 1 month. I was given 2000 euros, and I was able to buy a GoPro out of it, which is 500 euros. So
Oh,
so that helped. And also I also applied for a, okay, so this is funny. I applied for a scholarship for, it's called research grant. So I applied for it. I had to do research in Pakistan, but I applied that I'm going to do research in a foreign country, because Estonia is my country, my home state right now. So any country other than Estonia would be a foreign country. So I applied for research grant for to study or to research in a foreign country, and I got it. obviously I said that I'm going to Pakistan, everything in detail. It's not that I lied on it. Then I went to Pakistan, did my research. I had good amount of scholarship, 2000 euros again, and I was able to use it very well. So these are the options that you can explore once you're here. The good thing about these universities is once you're a student at any government or private university, there is no difference where you come from. You're not Indian, Pakistani, or Uzbeki from Uzbekistan. You're just a student of Tallinn University, and all the opportunities that are available for other students are available for you. So basically, Erasmus exchange is purely European thing. You go from one country to another European country, so you can apply for that. So these are different options. And
So are you just
I would
doing?
also say that since you have a meeting, do let me know about the IELTS and everything that all the
Yeah.
information that you get, so that I can tell everyone else.
Yeah. So I have IELTS 7.5 IELTS. So I did my IELTS back in April 2019 because I was about to move to Germany. I had secured the admission here, but due to some lack of appointment, I wasn't able to get the appointment. And while I had the appointment, this COVID-19 happened, and I was not in country that time, so I couldn't secure it. So
Right.
later that, if I aim for the Germany, I would have to wait for another year
Yep.
because now the intake would be the January one. So I don't want to waste time. That's why, as I would be talking about Italy, Hungary, or Estonia. Estonia is more favorable because of the it's like visa ratio. Hungary is a bit expensive for me because I have been independent and most of the people are here. So I just wanted to venture some points, but because of my percentage, there's going to be a very big, I would say, a lab for me. But let's see what happens.
Yeah, definitely give it a go. Ask, try to get information from as many sources as you can. Maybe there is a way. And as you said, your case is also slightly different, with terms of percentage. Comparing, if it was a relative marks, you are like you have got a good percentage, even around 70, 80, but
I stood
not
fifth in
relative.
the yeah, I stood fifth in the session, but
Yeah,
you are also from Pakistan, but it's something, um I think something that has been going on for a long time,
yeah, I
and
understand. Yeah, I really wish you best of luck, and do keep me posted, and I will share my WhatsApp number. In
yeah,
fact, I should share it right now. So, and then if there is any progress, just let me know, because I am also very interested in knowing where you finally decide to go.
I'm so sorry. I have a one more question.
Go
May
on.
I?
Yeah, go on.
I want to take ACT test, and then I want to use it to application process.
Hmm.
Is it gonna be any plus or anything better to me, or what can it gonna help me?
Are
Is
you
it?
applying for bachelor's or master's?
Yes, bachelor.
And what test you're gonna do? What is this test?
ACT.
ACTs. I'm not even familiar with that. But anything extra that you do, if you meet the minimum requirement of 60% and IELTS and everything, and if it's a competition between you and the other person, and you both have the same thing, then anything extra you do would definitely count towards your towards getting more scores. So definitely, if it's something you have to do, it can be used in your benefit. I have been working with different institutions for like last 5 years, and what I have learned is no matter what course you do, what you learn, whatever you do, it helps you at some stage. I worked as a delivery guy when I came here, and I'm not shy of telling people that I learned so much even just by delivering food to people on my bicycle. And I was even able to secure a sponsorship from the company. I just wrote them an email, hey, I am your courier and I want to go on this Euro bike trip. This is my dream. Can you help me? Like, very plain and simple. And they're like, sure, we'll give you 1,000 euros. I'm like, wow. So I just gave it a shot. So anything you do extra, any step you take extra would definitely count.
I get it. Thank you.
All right, and next question.
So can I ask,
Yes, Vishal,
Vishal
go
here?
on. Yes.
Okay, myself Vishal, and I have finished MBA in
Hmm.
HR. Bachelor's I did BBA, then I did MBA. Now I'm working in an MNC from 4 years,
Hmm.
and I have given IELTS also. Actually, I tried for Canada, and I completed my WES also, background verification, everything.
Hmm.
So since I went through your video, I felt like I guess I can try for Estonia. I just want you to suggest me, other than PhD. So if I want to do any other course in maybe MBA or again I have to do bachelor's, what it is? Can you explain me that?
Okay, so you have degree in BBA, you have degree in MBA. What you can do is you can find something that you already don't have, but it's related to that, and that would be entrepreneurial education, maybe entrepreneurship and business, or something related to entrepreneurship, and then you can justify it saying that you have all the skills that you need, technical skills to set up a business. You want to learn more about getting passing the first step. So that is something that you can go for. And other than that, if you are interested, but I won't recommend it, it's not something that I usually recommend to people, and that is
Mhm.
you can change your degree to some other degree, but that is only if you are really really passionate about. For example, I did engineering, I changed it to education because I was like, I still am very much passionate about education. This is my
In
career.
that case, actually, I'm passionate about hospitality management and hotel management or any other things. I just wanted to know whichever degree I'm about to make, that should be having a future in the place where I'm going, maybe Europe.
Yeah, in that case, I'll suggest staying with your current degree and getting a related degree like I said, entrepreneurship, or there is
Uh,
another innovation and technology management. But for that you need to have some software skills and things like that. So anything
I'm
related to
zero
your
with it
current.
and only
Yeah,
theoretical knowledge. Yeah.
so go with the entrepreneurship, and it should be good.
So hospitality is not possible for me, according to
it's
you.
it's not in Estonia. We don't have any course related to hospitality as such.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Fine. Yeah.
yeah.
For even I would like to talk to you on WhatsApp regarding this, and you may have to suggest me a better course.
Yeah, sure, I can do that. And I have also seen people doing completely different things, and when I'm like, how did you get this admission? Your degree is not relevant, anything is not relevant. They're like, we were able to justify it well, that why we are changing, and they had their
Mm-hmm.
reasons. And so the good thing about studying in Europe, Europe is the best place for you to study or to generally live and work because of the human rights that they have here. And even US,
Yeah.
I mean, I hate to say it, but US, Canada is still better, but US is a fucked up place. And in Europe, they don't really care how old you are, how you look, how what's your background and all that kind of stuff. And if they start caring about the age, they will be labeled as, they like, it's a discrimination, it's a age
Yeah.
discrimination, so these kind of things. So that's why many people have come here, and they're really happy about their decision. So definitely worth giving a shot.
Yeah, that was my question, and my IELTS is just 5 months old. That's it,
Okay, then
and
it's
I have 6.0, uh,
should be fine.
probably.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's all my questions.
no worries. All right, next question. If you are shy speaking on the camera, which you should not be because you have to appear in the interview, but if you are for any reason, you can type in chat box and I'll answer the question.
So can I ask the question?
Does
So
Yes, you can ask. Who is asking?
Mm, Hello.
Hello, yes,
I want to ask some questions.
sure. Yes, go on.
Actually, I want to apply for PhD.
Right.
PhD in zoology.
In zoology, okay.
I have seen program in Tatur University,
All right.
which will be open in from May. I think so, from 1st May.
Yes.
I have 7.5 IELTS.
Right.
I have two publications,
Mm-hmm.
and two other are in process.
I
Like
you How many publications you have?
two publications. They are
Okay.
published,
Okay.
and two are in process.
All right. All right.
One is accepted,
Mm-hmm.
and one is under review.
All right.
So I am clear almost about all sections, but I have few little confusions,
Mm-hmm.
like regarding interview,
Okay.
because and regarding number of candidates, because a
Okay.
PhD is project based.
Mm-hmm.
So I am a little bit confused about that.
Okay, so I have given one interview for the PhD. I was not selected for the PhD last year, and this year I'll be applying for Harvard University. So I already know how this works. So as far as the number of candidates go, I don't think you should be worried about that because you already have like 4 publications, which is a big plus. All these students coming here, they usually don't have that many publications, and it's easy to get PhD admission if you put your best effort. So I would say do not worry about that. And as far as the interview is concerned, interview will revolve around. It will be your proposal. How is it called? What's the word?
Research project.
Yeah, a research project, but proposal presentation. So it will be although they have given you a topic, but still you have to present that how you will collect the data, what methodology you will follow, and how the result would look like, and how overall you will do the. So it's for someone who had written a research paper, it should not be a problem at all because everything is in PhD. The most important part is methodology. That if you can get that right in an interview, then it should be fine. And what you need to do is once the programs are announced in April,
Pardon
that's
me,
when they are announcing
sorry
new
to
project.
interrupt. Amna, could you please distance yourself from the mic because there's so much like turbulence. Thank you so much.
Yeah, okay, sure.
Yeah. So what I'm saying that in April they will announce new projects. That's when you will be able to find the supervisor and then write a really nice email asking them that asking about guidance or anything. Just generally you can drop them an email asking about guidance about the proposal or if you have any specific question. And most likely what they will do is they'll share their own proposal with you and then they'll ask you to write a proposal according to that. So what happens is first all the teachers, it's specifically Tartu universities, they write a proposal internally and then they submit it for funding. So once the proposal is selected for funding, then they can have students who will be there, who will be conducting the research, and you can ask for that research proposal. They'll be able to share it. Once they share it, or it will be already available on the website, then you can design your proposal based on that. And also you will know the supervisor before that, and it will be in interview. It will be really easy for him to remember that this is the same girl who emailed me, and we have been communicating over the email. So that gives you an edge. So nothing to worry about in that. Just do your best.
Okay, actually, I have 3 year experience as a lab technologist, but my degree is totally different because I have MS in zoology.
Hmm.
Did it affect me or is it a good thing for me?
You have okay. So you have MSc in zoology, and then you have experience in what,
Lab technologies.
which is not related to
Lab
zoology at all
technology.
at all.
No, no, no. It's related to zoology, but it's you can say it's subfield of zoology.
Yeah, then
It's
it's
subfield
fine.
of medical biological sciences, not
Okay,
zoology.
look, zoology and any field of biology, they are related fields. So if you have degree in zoology and then you get any field in related to sciences and biology, it should be relevant experience. I don't see it a different experience. it's it depends how you justify it and what are the learnings that you can relate from that work experience to your PhD admission, and that's what counts at the end.
A- Actually, I am working in Chuktai lab.
Okay.
I have applied in Pakistan for many jobs, and one big problem I have faced till now, they always ask me, "You are a zoologist,
Hmm.
you have entomology background, then how you are working there?"
I don't think it should be a problem here. You can justify, you can always say that it okay. Sometimes being bluntly honest is a good way to go. For example, they ask you have worked for lab, in Chuktai lab as a lab technician for like last 3 years. It's not relevant to your field. Why were you doing there? You can be very honest that I have aptitude for research and I want to continue my research, but I didn't have financial means and I had to do some job. And Pakistan is not that developed that it will go very specific with zoology and all the fields. That's why I had to take whatever I have. And now that I am financially stable, and I think that it's time for me to complete the dream that I left when I completed my MSc and I couldn't complete my PhD. So you can say that.
Yeah, okay, sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's no problem at all. What people here do is they graduate from high school, they work for 2 years, make their money. When kid is 18, he or she is kicked out of the home. You don't really belong. If you're staying there, you have to to the parents. So it's not like India, Pakistan, where we already have a home from parents. So what they do is they work for a couple of years and then they come back to study, do the bachelor's again, work for a couple of years, come back for masters. Then so this is how they manage. And if you tell someone that I worked for 3 years just because I was not financially stable and I had some issues with family, whatnot, they'll totally get it. It's not, it won't be surprising. If they see that you are the one who can conduct the research, you are committed about your responsibilities, and you have the skills needed for the research work and also the relevant relevant qualifications, then it should be okay. I don't see it as a problem in any way.
Okay, thank you so much.
No worries at all.
So, may
Maybe I need further for your further help, like
Sure, you can.
regarding
No worries, you can. I have shared my WhatsApp. You can WhatsApp me, and it goes for everyone. If you need any specific help or any suggestion, anything like that, you can just WhatsApp me.
Okay, thank you so much.
so maybe I have another question.
Mhm.
I don't see any kind of universities, private universities relating to my course.
What is your course?
On my I have done law, so anything that is relating to law, like international relations or regional studies, or I would say what uh, technology law or some cybersecurity law. But I don't see such kind of courses in private universities. They are just available in Tartu or in Tallinn University. So, is there any other portal to search for, or this is it? If I cannot find any universities on this website, so this is it.
There, okay, two things. First, you are a lawyer, so you should make your way to any government university. Fight your way, find a loophole, and then make it happen. And I wish you all the best. And second is there are two platforms. One is studyinestonian.ee, and other is also the same, which is when you click on apply and then you go to Dream Apply, and in Dream Apply there is
Yeah.
also a search option where you can search. So these are the two to go. And your course is not very common course. Like for example, all the students were coming here for software and IT and that kind of stuff, and then 60% requirement is right
Mhm.
away. I'm like 100% certain that it's a requirement. But in your case, there might be a different requirement. There might be a different structure. So definitely, you need to find about it from the university administration. All right, next question.
Can I ask a question now?
Sure, go on. Mohammed.
My name is Mohammad Azim. I am from Lahore and I have done my master's in library and information sciences.
Right.
And now I want to study in a different field. Are there any chances uh, for a different degree in Estonia?
What was your bachelor's in?
Bachelor, I have a simple bachelor's, like you can say BA in Pakistan.
2 years?
Uh, 2 years, yes.
Okay, you can change your field. You can definitely do that, but I'm just concerned about one thing, that you have 2 years bachelor's and 2 years master's, right?
Yes, right.
I'll I'll be honest here. I'm not sure if you can apply for master's based on your bachelor's only, because I'm sure you cannot apply based on your bachelor's only because it's 2 years, but you can apply.
Uh,
I'm not sure if you can apply based on your master's, like, combine your bachelor's and master, make it one degree, and then you can say that I'm again applying for master. I'm not sure if that's going to work, but this is something you can try, and you can change your field as long as, I have said it before, as long as you are able to justify why you are changing, and if you are a good fit for the new field. So, you know,
is it possible to change a degree easily, or it is a different task?
it's every task is a bit easy, bit difficult. I mean, it's doable. It's possible. I did it. I'm sitting right in front of you. I didn't have any experience of education at all. BSc in civil engineering, building bridges, and then now all of a sudden I'm in education. But I was able to justify it. If someone reads my letter, they know right away that this person, he's just wanted to
Uh,
die. He's dying to go to education, and that's the case. I still am. I'm doing job with TransferWise, lovely job, working from home. Everything is good, but this is just a job. It's not my career. My career still is in education, and I'm applying for PhD in education in Tartu University, also in UK. So all these kind of things. and it was easy for me to
But I
choose.
have heard from someone that you have a chance to do a master's in management field. Like I have studied management in my library science degree.
Yeah, you
Not management purely, but management in libraries.
these are like, how should I say, this is very specific domain. You need to search the course program, and if you find something related to your interest, then you just focus on your cover letter, write it in a way that it stands out. It says that although I'm changing a field. Okay, so how does my cover letter start? It says I am a civil engineer, and yes, this degree doesn't relates with education, but hold on, my story does. So it straight away I told them, no bullshit. I don't have a degree in education, but just read my letter. You'll realize that why I want to change the field. So you can do the same. You can write a really in a good way. And if you need any help in that, that's where I come in. But that's something for later. You can still apply in it. But again, if you're not so sure of what you want to do, or if you're finding a degree just to get here, I would not recommend that. Don't do that. If you are very sure that this is what you want to do and you will go to any lengths to do that, then do it. If you're like, okay, this degree, nah, I don't want to do this, don't want to do this, this is easy, I will do this. No, don't do that. Just find your interest,
But I
get
have
into
no
it.
solid reason. But I have no solid reason regarding my experience because I have experience in my same field. I am doing a job as a librarian, but I don't know
Look,
how
you,
would I.
you can go in
I
you can go in anthropology. You can go in Estonian studies. These are courses related to library. I mean, it's not technically related to library, but you can justify it very easily that, I am interested in studying different nations or studying different ages of the past. Then you can justify it. You even studying Estonian culture and society. It's very related to your previous field. So you can do that.
okay. That's why I need your help. I am here, and
Sure,
I need your help in my writing my motivations letter.
sure, you can message me on
Um,
WhatsApp. Just mention that briefly. Okay, so you need to remember, when you message me, make sure your first message is not a voice message. It should be a written message, and it should have a little introduction of yourself, because that's what I will save in my phone, and anytime I just go back. For example, Ali wrote me an
okay.
email. I loved that. It was really clear email, very well written, and I was like, wow, this person has spent a good time writing an email, and it felt good. So for the first message on WhatsApp, it should be clearly your name, what your degree is, so that we communicate and I already know who this person is, because I have these meetings
Is there
every
any course?
day.
Is there any course related to digital and public humanities? Because I have also studied humanities in my course.
There is a course
And
course for
is
humanities.
it relevant to my degree?
Well, I need to see your courses to answer that question, what you studied, but there is a course about humanities. Yes.
Okay. Okay, thank you. I have done. One more question. I need also information like regarding scholarship or need-based scholarship. I have also studied the website of Estonia scholarship, like Dora Plus scholarship they have and need-based scholarship they have. And what are the requirements for these scholarships?
Okay, I think I answered
That's
this question, but you were not in the meeting. But I'll quickly repeat it over. Uh, One thing to remember: need-based scholarship not for us. If you apply for need-based scholarship, you are basically giving in written to the police that you don't have financial means to sustain yourself, and they can deport you anytime. They can cancel your TRP. So do not ever apply for need-based. This is something I realized later. Initially, I thought it's easy to apply. It's you can apply it, and some people even got the scholarship for some reason, but now they have changed the policy, because when you
now. Is there any need of a low income certificate from FBI?
huh? No, nothing
Is there
like
any
that.
need?
You cannot even apply for need based, because when you apply for the visa, you are telling them that you have financial means to survive in Estonia. And once you come here and then you apply for need based, you are saying you don't have financial means to survive in Estonia. So these are contradictory. So they can either give you need based scholarship, or they can say that, okay, go back, we're canceling your TRP. So do not do that. But there are scholarship, for example, tuition fee waiver based on merit, depends on which course you are. And also some certain courses, there are different. For example, for IT courses, there is another agency who gives the scholarship. So all these scholarships are there. And then there is Dora Plus. All the international students can apply for the Dora, and uh, it depends on how you perform in your interview process and admission process for the first year, and for the second year, it depends on your marks in the first year. So this is
One more question. What are the job market there in Estonia? Is it possible to get a job easily in Estonia for a degree?
okay. Okay, I'll repeat it again, but that's why you should start the meeting on time. I have explained everything, all those things in the beginning, but I'll give very briefly explain it again. Yes, it's possible to get the job, but part-time jobs are limited to Uber, taxi driving, food delivery, either on motorbike, on bicycle, or on car, whatever you prefer. And then you can apply full-time jobs in companies, work as customer support, work as verification agents, all these kind of jobs you can definitely apply.
Mm-hmm.
Your study
Mm-hmm.
visa does not limit you to do work, so which is good. You can do as much work as you want. And all the students I know, all the Pakistani, Indian, Bangladeshi, all the students I know, they are working somewhere. Some are doing really good jobs, and some are working part-time, some are working with Volt, but everyone is doing something. And they are trying to manage their and as far as I know, they are everyone is doing pretty good in that.
Okay, okay, okay. I can understand.
Do you have
Okay, I
any more
have no
questions?
more question. No, no, I have no more any question.
All right, Ahsan unmuted himself.
Okay.
Ahsan, do you have a question?
Yeah, I have a question. I'm from Bangladesh and I want to pursue my bachelor in Estonia.
Okay.
Okay, and I want to apply for integrated engineering at Tallinn University of Technology.
Right.
So the last do I have to give any what can I say? Any kind of what uh, that
Any kind of
oh,
test?
yeah, any kind of test like entrance test, entrance examination
Okay,
for that.
for all the course programs, there is basic interview, and then there is a basic test which university conducts, which is not very hard. Generally, it's very easy and it's very doable. So you need to do that, and
Like
it's not
like
something like giving yes, you need to give GRE for master program for Tallinn University of Technology, no other university. But for bachelors, you don't need to get GRE. It's just the university you'll apply. University will let you know that, hey, just appear in the test at this time. There will be some questions, you solve them related to sciences, very basic questions, and then you will proceed. So it's not that you have to give a separate test.
okay. Thank you. But the deadline is 15 March.
Yes.
Do you have enough time for that? Apply.
Yeah, I mean, it's 15th March. Even on 14th March, you have enough time to apply. So, just start. You need IELTS. If you don't have IELTS, then it's tricky. You need to apply for IELTS real soon. If you have IELTS, then just apply for it and it should be
Okay, I have
all right.
26.
Yep. Just start
Okay.
filling the application form as soon as possible.
Okay. Thank you.
No worries. All right. Do we have any other question? Okay, it's almost 8 anyway. And if no one has question, then we can wrap it up. And if anyone has, Sabah, do you have any question?
हाय अस्सलाम वालेकुम उमर
Yeah.
एक्चुअली मेरा क्वेश्चन है आई हैव अ क्वेश्चन दैट आई वेंट टू इजिप्ट थ्रू आईसेक इट वाज एन
Mhm.
एक्सचेंज प्रोग्राम
Right.
yes it was in 2019 in your video you told us about something TRP related visa
Right.
if I've traveled to Egypt is it possible that I can get that
Okay. You're traveling to Egypt doesn't make any difference for your visa process for Estonia. So basically, when you get the admission letter, you have to go to Egypt again to apply for D visa. And you can okay, I'll give you the visa process, a brief overview of the visa process. So basically, you need temporary residence permit based on studies, and that's the basic card that you need. But if you apply for the temporary residence permit in Egypt, it takes 2 to 3 months, which means you cannot come for, during that time. So that's why you also apply for a D visa right away. So what happens is you apply for D visa, you get it in 7 days, you can travel on the D visa in Estonia. Once you're Estonia, you can apply for your temporary residence permit. That's one way to go. Other is you go to Egypt, you apply for D visa, and you also apply for temporary residence permit at the same time. Then you get your D visa in 7 days, come to Estonia, wait for a month or two, your temporary residence permit will arrive here. Then you can pick it up and then use it. You need to apply for Pakistani, Indian, Bangladesh, everyone. You need to apply for these two visas, D visa and TRP. It's your choice if you apply for both together or D visa at Egypt and the other visa in Estonia. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. And one more thing. What if I skip the admission procedure in March and April? When will I apply next then?
Next year. If you are applying
Next
government
year.
universities, then it's next year. If you're applying for private, then there is one intake somewhere in September as well, but only for some specific programs.
Okay. Basically, I will be applying for my master's
Okay.
in business ad or some entrepreneurship course because
All right.
that's my field. I've done leadership and management studies.
Cool. Yeah. So perfect. Your field is completely aligned with master program. Many master programs available here, so you can apply this year, next year. Totally up to you.
Okay, great. Thank you.
No worries. All right. Do we have any other question?
Hi, my name is Mariam. I have done my bachelor's in mass communication. I'm from Pakistan, basically.
Mhm.
So my first question is that do I have to pay for 1 year or one semester?
It depends. It's usually one semester, but it depends on universities as well. Tartu University asks for the half fee. Tallinn University of Technology asks for the full fee, full year or full semester. I can double check it. I have one of my friends who she just paid for the fee, so she knows how much she had to pay. But I can double check. But it's usually one semester. And simple Tallinn University asks you to come here, register, and then pay. So it depends on university to university. And
So do I have to pay it in March or September?
which university are you applying to? Tallinn University?
I'm actually looking for a filmmaking program in Tallinn University. I saw
Then
one.
then it's most likely that you'd have to pay in September. But again, this is something that can be changed on the last minute. So we can double check that. That's not a problem. But I remember my case when I applied, I said I will pay upfront. They said, no, you come here, register yourself, you are in the system, then you can pay. So I think it's the same for Tallinn University still. Excuse me.
And
Sorry.
And secondly, I just wanted to ask that how much money do I need initially to get there? But I think you already shared the sheet, so I'll just calculate it.
Yeah, I will share the link to that sheet, and you can also input your comments or suggestion if you see anything is missing. I'm sorry again. Oh, okay. Yeah. So I just shared it in the chat.
Okay, thank you.
No worries. Right. If we don't have any other question, then I wish you all the very best. And if any of your friend or anyone who wants some help with the cover letter specifically, or anything that will make me earn some money, so definitely recommend me. And and if you not if when you make it to Estonia, do let me know if I'm here. I'm moving to UK soon, but just in case, I'll be visiting Estonia. Estonia is like my second home, so we'll have a cup of tea together, and we'll discuss. And again, all the best. And if you need any help, just message me on WhatsApp. But again, properly your introduction.
Sir, I just have the last question. Uh, can you please email or can you please ask someone who is already studying in Tartu University regarding that 60% requirement of the university? Can you double check it?
I won't promise, but I'll try to double check it, because this is something that comes very often about the percentage. So I will double check it, hopefully over the weekend. But I cannot confirm that I will get an exact answer, but I'll try what I can do. All right.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
All right, then it's quite late in Pakistan and India, but here it's 8. But anyway, good night and all the best. Ciao.